Good evening and welcome to the Royal Opera House. We're in the Claw Studio upstairs, and a big welcome to all our audience here, and a big welcome to all of you watching our live stream on YouTube. I'm Alexander Campbell, and I'm a principal dancer of the Royal Ballet. For tonight's Insight, we're going to be looking at some rehearsals and some features of Christopher Wheeldon's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Created for the Royal Ballet, with an original score by Joby Talbot, it has gone on to become a modern classic. Based on Lewis Carroll's much-loved book, it is now performed by numerous companies all over the world. Let's have a look. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland will be performed here at the Royal Opera House in London from the 27th of September and will be broadcast live in cinemas all over the world on the 23rd of October. For more details, visit the Royal Opera House website. Now, we've got plenty to get through tonight. We're going to be talking to some of the ballet staff and ballet dancers of the Royal Ballet and talk about their personal experiences surrounding this magnificent production. We're also going to have an up-close look at some of the props and design features and learn a little bit more about how we turn the Royal Opera House stage into Alice's Wonderland. And of course, we'll see some live rehearsal. We have dancers Beatrice Stix-Brunel, James Hay, Calvin Richardson and Joseph Sissons joining us as they prepare their roles for the upcoming performances. Now, we really want to hear from you this evening, so please do send us your tweets, thoughts, tag us in pictures, and use the hashtag ROHAlice. As I said, we've got plenty to get through tonight, so please, without further ado, please welcome the Royal Ballet's rehearsal director, Christopher Saunders. Christopher, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're all looking forward to seeing this rehearsal coming up, but a couple of questions before we get started. Role of rehearsal director, can you tell us what exactly that entails?
Well, it's a new role for myself, and it's not one that's been in the Royal Ballet very often. It's somewhere in between senior ballet master and the director. So it's
a lot of responsibility?
A lot of responsibility. It means I'm not an office person.
So you're involved in the studio
I'm involved
all the time?
Literally in the studio 6.5 hours a day.
And you've been involved with this production from the very beginning, when it first started. Could you have possibly known that it would turn into this incredibly popular production as it is today?
You never have. I mean, you knew it was going to be something special, but you have no idea that it's going to be a worldwide sort of hit. But it's got everything. It's got the dancing, it's got the mime, it's got the comedy, it's got even the tapping, it's got the costumes, it's got puppetry, it's got everything you can think of. It's a huge piece of theatre, and I think it's excellent.
Well, plenty to enjoy.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to this rehearsal. What exactly are we going to be seeing?
We're going to be seeing I'm going to show little snippets. The first part is in the Deanery, where Carol and Alice have a little duet together. The gardener's been told to leave because he's cut a red rose. And Alice is heartbroken because she was really fond of the gardener. And then we're going to stop just before she goes down the hole. And then we're going to show you a little bit of what they get up to in Wonderland, which is, we call it the first tick-tock and the second tick-tock.
Excellent.
I'm not going to do the whole of it, I'm just going to do little snippets.
Well, that sounds great. Well, I'll leave you to it. Christopher Saunders will be rehearsing Beatrice Stix-Brunel as Alice and James Hay as the White Rabbit. We'll have accompaniment on the piano provided by Paul Stobart. Enjoy.
Okay, so we're going to start, as I said, in the Deanery, and Alice is in tears because her best friend's been told to leave and not come back. And Carol he's got sort of pockets full of tricks that he keeps the sisters entertained with, and he tries to keep the peace during these tea parties. So he again is going to try and calm Alice from being so distraught. So Paul, if we can go right on the no, just before that, the dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Okay? And... Okay, just stop there. Pretty good, pretty good. Just a couple of things to tidy up. You might have enjoyed that. There are a few little things I thought. Now, I'm not a magician, so I can sort of give away a bit of my tricks. Not that they're my tricks. This is a hanky, in case no one knew what it was. Wiping the tears. Then there's a bit of magic. Don't show the magic. If anyone's going to rewind any of this tonight, they'll see something went on. You have to cover it up, so do it last minute. He's stuffing use the other fingers or to put it in apart from the last one and it's gone. Yeah, otherwise if you're pushing too much with the thumb, someone will go, guess where it is. Okay? Then just make sure you fill up the time with the lean side to side before the lift. Okay. Yeah, the cabriole was a little bit stuttery. So that we get that nice and smooth up to here before the first lift, second lift, and around. Let's do the same thing again. And... that's it. Hug him because he makes everything fine, all the time. Dry those tears. Now watch. What's he going to do? It's gone! That's it. This is playful. And up and go. Lift. Better. Good. Now show the legs that side and then change. That's it. Good. Now, going on, this bit's a little bit trickier. She's trying to lift his bag, and it's too heavy. And he goes, wait a minute. Here we go. Puts it on center. She wants to see what's inside. He says, but I've got this for you. Okay, stop there. Good, good, good. Very good. That one's hard to do because it involves props, and we don't have the bench and the people and the bag, and so that was pretty good. Just watch your expression when you get the fan, because it's not something you don't know. It's a fan. So you have to be very careful that you're not going, oh, you know it's a fan. But what you can't do is get it to open. So just don't frown, because frowning looks like you're puzzled, and puzzled looks like you're not sure what it is. So take it. Come on. And then you go, yes. And you've got to be obvious with this, because the audience have to pick up the fan. Yeah. Because, as you know later on, Alice needs her fan, and I'm not going to say why, because that means you've got to come and see it. So there we go. Haha, thought of that one. So just give us 8 in, no, give us 8 into board, yeah, 8 into fan. That's it. And... just what you wanted, but it's, there you go. Oh, and you love to be cooled. Nice tight fifth. Use the back. Good. Okay, stop there. Beatrice, don't cut out front. Front through to back. Yeah, so that we get a straight leg. Otherwise, it's already started coming up. Right on fan, please, Paul. And... okay, hang on. So, Beatrice, so bop, bag is here. Yeah, well, bag is here. As you take the fan, you've got to come this way. Downstage, and then fans here, so you're going to now bore back across and come this way as much as you want. Yeah, last time I was in the room with Chris, he didn't mind it coming further over this way. Okay? Once again, right on fan. And travel. Now use the back. Let's show it to the audience. Front, back. That's it. Hang on. Rond de jambe. Just watch it doesn't go side, side. Rond de jambe, then go on. Back. Right behind you, because there's a camera right there. And we don't want to look like this, okay? So play right on the bore for us, please, Paul.
Is that the second eight?
Actually, no, play right on the fan. And fan, 2, 4, bore, 5, 6. And get down, that's it, don't cheat that one. And tonleve. That's it. Oh, and then you messed up because you were so busy thinking of the rond de jambe step. Because that travels.
Yeah.
Yes? You have to get down there. Also, I think we're starting a little bit too far down now because, James, you need to be down at the bottom of the bench so that by the time Beatrice gets down here for these attitudes, you're side by side. Whereas at the moment, you're so far down, you're going to be in the audience. So let's take a couple of big steps upstage and we'll do the same place.
Okay.
Here we go. Thanks, Paul. And bore, good. Now don't cheat this second arabesque. That one's good. And up. That's it. Good. Together. And playful. Oh, one too soon. Oh, no, that was right. Yes, that was right. Sorry. The reason being, this is a change. Originally, Alice, this is her fun step. This is a come play with me step. Used to be 3 times, now it's twice, and she's going to do a piqué, fouetté instead. So it's only going to happen twice. So that's right. So you've got to get really close. These attitudes, you've got to get close enough that you can be side by side, not diagonal or anything.
Oh, right. Okay,
so you've got to hold back a bit and see where he is. He'll see where you are to go step. That's it, so you're there.
Maybe I should also look at him.
It helps when you're dancing with someone, just to see them a little bit there. Being as he's always the person you look to calm things down, and then you want to be just this side of centre so that your piqué, fouetté can be exactly on centre. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you're going to stand and share it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you got something marked for us there, Paul? Tonleve, first tonleve. Going upstage. So you've done this. And tonleve. And together. Bum. There we go. Give the hand and walk around. They're just playing a game. Good. Okay, good. Beatrice, don't look surprised with your mouth open. It's a bit like the fish, but that's coming later. Yeah, so be puzzled. First of all, when he gives the hand, and you take the hand, it's like you're playing a game. Like you're playing Prince and Princess, or you're going for a stroll and you've got your fan. Then you're standing there, what's going to happen next? And suddenly he points his finger around your head. So it's a little bit odd, yes? Not really puzzling that you go, because you're Alice and you're quite feisty, but just don't go. Do you have where they walk around, Paul? We could go right on Point's finger. Okay, right on Point's finger. No, actually, do walk around. I want to see. So just back where they finish the dancing. Okay. Here we go. And walk. Good. Now she's gone to sit on the bench. Carol's getting his camera out. It's a huge one. He's going to look. Yeah, he's getting underneath. Getting everything set. Alice is starting to get a bit sleepy because it's taken so long. Flash. She wakes up. Hang on. It's silence, Paul. You've got to wait for his foot, which is now. Doodly-doo. And guess what? If you haven't got it yet, you'll have it now. And that's a little white tail that pops out. Okay, stop there, because this bit's really awkward to do without any eyes or makeup or tail. So he has a little tail for anyone that doesn't realise. Once he does his rise and wiggle and a boop, the tail goes boo, yeah? Which should be quite shocking for Alice. Unless you see it, and then you can go, oh, unless you've seen it quite often, walking down the street, someone's tail going, woo. Okay, pretty good. So I think now we should cut to further down Act 1. The first tick-tock. We could do your little solo into it, because it's only 6.5 steps, isn't it? So this is now after the caucus race. We've had the animals. Alice has got very confident, fired the gun to try and get them under control, at which point they've had enough. They make their noises and they exit. And it leaves Alice alone. And she's not that fussed on being alone, so she has a tiny little solo, and then she hears something coming down the corridor there. So give us the trill, and then I'll give an and when she's about to start. Okay, Paul? So this is the trill. Animals have gone off. Left you alone, Alice. And... quicker, Paul. Da, dee, da, dum. Let's try again. So we need to go dum, dee, da, dum, dee, da. Here we go. Trill. Where have they gone? And somebody. Drag that foot. Don't get late. That's it. Try and find where you're going. Good. Easy there. It's just a small attitude turn. And look what we got. Good. Point those feet, Beatrice. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, you had the right step, but we had a bit of a, what we call a sickle. Oh. Yes. So anyone sat over there would have seen it perfectly. Anyone over there would have thought, that's beautiful. A sickle is it wasn't that bad, but it's that shape of the foot. It's your right leg as it comes in from the ballet. Make sure the heel comes forward. Your attitude turn, calm. Really calm after twist, twist. And try not to do twist, twist on the diagonal. Oh, okay. Try to be, because you're this way, yes, just cheat it so you're more flat. Then you can just go around, and then you go straight off. Twist, twist, and up. The twist, twist should go into the releve. We shouldn't go twist, twist, and up. It should go twist, twist up. Almost, but that was a cheat, because you nearly took off of 2 flat feet. Oh, I was on my leg. Ready? Twist, twist, and up, almost, better. And now through the feet, heel on top, feet. Yeah. So use those feet coming down and put that heel on the top as your... And don't forget, there's a rustling in the bushes. What's there? And there's this little glimmer of white. I'll give an and, we'll go right on the rabbit. I had to say that correctly, and not white on the wabbit. Here we go, ready, and. Good. Okay, now this arm should be like this over the rabbit. And don't forget the last time you saw the rabbit, he saved your life. Okay. Yeah? So you don't know, and when you, oh my God! It's him. Yeah. Otherwise, your head would have been chopped off. Yeah, it was only literally 20 seconds ago, down the hole. So once we take this arabesque, we need to be here. so that his arm is straight pointing that way, or it's got the watch, haven't you? And yours is hooked, that's it. So promenade round to there. Now try and keep it. Just be aware, because otherwise it tends to cheat and we get that.
Okay.
And then it looks like you're holding on to hold yourself up.
Okay.
Hold on with your underneath the elbow. Once again, right on it, and you can pick up on the diagonal. You don't have to go all the way around, James. And... Slow down, Paul, go. We need to just slow a little bit more there. That's all right. We'll pick it up from here. Just at the end there, we need to pull it out because they've got to get a whole promenade in before... You didn't. It's late in the day. Don't worry, Paul. We've already had 6.5 hours of Alice in the studio. So we've, I guess you could say, Aliced out today. So let's go right on. Dee-da-dum, da-da-dee-dum. And... Go. It's all right. Are you okay, Beatrice? The ladies love to do this. Give their partners corrections. It's the norm. Here we go. Ready, and... Woo! And we slipped. I reckon third time lucky. Here we go. Ready, and... Replace, that's it. Go. Ja-dee-dum. Oh, you love him. Oh, and he doesn't like all of that. Swing playtime. Okay. Okay. We need to, once we've done scratch and all, you don't like being hugged too much, when you use this arm to swing around, try and keep connection into the hook. So keep connection, keep... There you go. So it's only then the top arm that has to then re-hook. Whereas if you go knock and then hook, it's a little bit too wrestly. Okay? Play right on it, Paul. We'll pick it up. And second one. And attitude lift. And hug. Underneath. And arm round. Almost. That's a bit of an old habit cheat. Watch in the pocket. Lift. And lift. Push away. And yup-a-dup-a-dup-a-dup-a-dum. So he's going to get the paper boat for a trip. Let's see this step. Oh, where's the Wheeldon slide? Oh no, cheat. You're a Wheeldon girl. Hey, thanks, Paul. Show me Wheeldon slide. Don't come up. Put your weight on it, and yes, slide that foot over. Yeah, don't come up and put it down. Show me. You don't need to do it with music. And dee-da-da. Better. If the heel comes up too far, you're sliding just the ball of your foot. It needs to look more like the whole foot is sliding. Okay. Try once more. And do. Better. That's it. Okay, good, because you do that quite a few times. Okay, we're now going to cut, and we're very quickly going to do a little bit of mime from the second TikTok. So the kitchen scene has happened. She's been in shock with the butchery and the sausages and all the evil that's gone on in the kitchen. Rabbit comes out. They do a little dance together. Alice wants to play because she's seen him and it's all happy, and he's having none of it. And he's going to tell her a little bit of a story. You can guess the story. So just into the mime. After, so we've done, we want into, okay. We've done all of this. Okay. No, just play what, into the mime. It's further in. I'm cutting the beginning of it. No, after that. Oh, okay. Ja-dee-da-da, here we go. That's pretty good. Oh, too far apart. Okay, you've got to be closer. Yeah, we've just got to be really accurate. I'll show you this way. Here, here, here. That's the ticking of the clock. Keep the elbow there. It goes around to there. You turn and you point.
Christopher, do you think we've got enough time to perfect this before the performance, or is this going to be an issue?
As Alice would do.
We're going to cross our fingers
And
for
that's
that.
when she's eaten the marshmallow.
Oh, look, wonderful. Look, this performance is, rehearsal rather, has been great. We're going to catch up with you a little bit later,
Okay,
but if I could take Beatrice and James for a few questions. Big thank you for this rehearsal, though.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That was really enjoyable. You've both performed these roles before, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But Beatrice, the role of Alice is obviously something you enjoy. What's the biggest challenge of the role, though?
I think pretty much anyone who's seen Alice knows that Alice is on stage for pretty much the entire ballet. So I think it's not only technically really demanding because it's stamina-wise and you have to keep up with the steps and make it look like you're not tired, but at the same time you have to really be conscious of the character. So you can't lose the character for 1 second because it's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and if Alice gets a bit under, it's quite obvious. So I think that's probably...
And so throughout the entire ballet, you come across hundreds of different characters. That's a massive challenge in itself. Is it fun to work with someone like James, or you can tell us if it's not as well? I mean, no. But you know, it obviously makes a difference to the people that you're working with, right?
Definitely. And James and I always have a really good laugh in the studio. So I think we haven't done Alice and White Rabbit together before. So I think this is going to be a really fun show because it's about having fun on stage, and when you can connect with someone, I think it's a really good thing. And not only with James, but all the characters that are up there. You know, I meet them one by one, and it's just a journey from beginning to end. And I know that in the studio, the journeys that we have are pretty fun, so I think the stage is going to be even better.
Wonderful. If I could just pass over to James. James, we've heard about Alice interacting with many different characters. As the White Rabbit, you interact with a million different props, am I right?
Oh my God, so many props, so many props. We have everything on our coats in the Deanery scene. We have all these cards, all these tricks, all these, I don't know. We've got a pocket watch as the White Rabbit, which inadvertently keeps falling out. But we'll fix that, I'm sure, in time.
Plenty of things to consider.
Absolutely.
You've been involved in the production since it was first created.
Yes, yeah.
You've done a number of different roles. Can you remember your first role, the one that you did?
Ooh, okay. In the first production that we were both in, actually, I think I probably had about 5 different roles in that ballet, all little tiny bits. But the main one I would pick out would be the gardeners. Like that for me was it was amazing to create something kind of quite vivid, quite unique, and a nice little section within the piece that we could call our own. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, excellent. Beatrice, one more question for you. Revisiting a role, is that something you really enjoy, or is it something, you know, would you rather be doing something for the first time? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I think revisiting a role is one of the most exciting things for any dancer. The first time I did Alice, I was 19, and I'm 24 now, so I think a lot has changed for me, you know, personally and professionally, and I feel like I'm in a different place now in my head as well, so I think coming back to the character, it'll have evolved a lot for me. Already I'm finding little things in the studio that I find completely different, that I think, oh, before I remember doing that, but now this feels better, or this makes more sense to me. And I think that transformation for anyone is the most exciting part.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing that in performance, I'm sure. Listen, thank you both for being here. If we could just give a round of applause to James and Beatrice for being here this evening. If after tonight's event you want to learn more about Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, we have a digital program that's available to download for free. To access it, go to roh.org.uk/publications and use the code FREEALICE, and make sure that that is in capitals. Now, to find out more about how we transform the Royal Opera House stage into Alice's Wonderland, please welcome Royal Opera House senior prop maker James Meakin. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got an array of props to get through, and I'm really looking forward to talking about these. But before then, could you just explain your role as senior prop maker? What does that mean?
It's to work with the rest of the props department, creating props for the Royal Opera and the Royal Ballet. So simple as that, really.
And is prop making something that you always wanted to do? How did you get into it?
I've always been interested in art, design and theatre, and so prop making seemed the obvious choice. So I trained at Guildhall School of Music and Drama in technical theatre, and over the years found my way here.
A good job to have.
Yes.
Yeah. Working on something like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, how closely do you work with the designer, Bob Crowley?
Well, he will produce model, reference, drawings, sketches, and we'll work extremely closely with him during the build process and to create his vision. So it is, you know, he will come in on a regular basis just to make sure that we're going down the right path, and hopefully at the end he'll like what he sees.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a look at the props now. I'm really excited because you're quite protective over the props, and if we're not involved in a scene, we're not allowed to touch them or get involved. So I'm actually really excited because these are new for me too. So
We've
what do
got
we have?
two cupcakes.
Yeah.
So they're polycarved, polystyrene carved with fabric over the top and fireproofed and all that. But this one opens up to reveal
A tea party.
tea service, which is made out of fiberglass.
And,
So
and
it's-
this is all made as well. This isn't something you
yeah,
picked
no,
up.
this has all been made. Moulds have been made, and this has been juiced out of. So it's nice and hard. It won't break, and it will last. And I think it's the important thing about a show like this. It's got to last. It's going to be knocked about.
And it also has to be safe, obviously. I mean, I'm not going
Yeah.
to cut myself as I pick this up, which is good. So this cupcake here doesn't open. So
No, this is just a bit of dressing.
Ah,
So,
well,
but we
not
have,
everyone can open like a cupcake, I suppose.
But we have the flamingo. Ooh, there we go. Which is made out of upholstery wadding and foam, and then the beak is made out of fast cast, which is a plastic.
Now, this, I mean, obviously comes under a bit more of a puppet thing than a prop. Do you work closely with puppeteers, or I mean, what sort of influence
Yeah,
do
we
they
work
have?
with the choreographers, puppeteers. How it's going to handle on stage is basically how they want it. So it will be designed and made with that in mind.
Have we had different designs of the flamingo? Is this
No,
flamingo
this is a new
1.5 or-
one. This is a new one for this production.
Okay.
We've got 6 new ones, but it's exactly the same design as the original.
Okay.
So we haven't changed it a bit.
Excellent. Oh, gosh.
Always.
We're getting heckled here now. Do they behave themselves, we've been asked? They do, generally,
Yeah,
would you say?
always.
Unless when they're meant to misbehave. That's a great prop, but this is one of my all-time favourites. And I think, you know, is recognisable as Alice.
This one I actually made.
You made this?
So, yeah, this is the small Queen of Hearts costume. So actually there's a huge one, a big one.
This is the small one?
Yeah, this is the small one. So she dances, she's encased in this and dances around, and then the other one has got doors that open up to reveal a staircase, and she's at the top of it in a tutu. And basically, it's an entrance prop.
Okay.
So it was a lot of work just for her entrance.
But a big entrance, no doubt. Jeez. So someone's in here.
Yes.
Can we get in there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I'm grabbing this. All right.
Just move it across,
All right.
and then you can see that this one slots onto this one, and then it's spun around, and there's a whole dance routine in it.
So you literally wheeled on.
Yeah.
And we've got some boxes in here. Can you explain that for me?
Well, over the years, you know, originally it was Tamara and Zenaida, and they're very different heights. And so you have to have the boxes to figure that out.
Oh, so these are different boxes for different dancers?
Yes.
Oh, right.
So each one has got a different, and as you can see, that over the years it's been on tour. There's different names that have been attached to them.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a bit of history there. So yeah, you've got natural graffiti.
Here we are, Yanovsky right there. Fascinating. I feel like probably need all 3 boxes if I were to do Queen of Alice, sadly. I love this one, but we've got other ones. This prop here, I'm not involved in this scene at all, so I'm never allowed to be anywhere near this prop, so I'm quite excited. It looks like a pig chair.
And that's exactly what it is. So the whole thing, they wanted a chair that looked like a pig, or a pig that looked like a chair. So this was it. It's a wooden frame, polystyrene, and then fiberglass. So once again, it's durable, it's hard. And yeah, it's got all the features of a chair, but equally all the features of a pig.
I can see that. I mean, we've got some trotters. It's not exactly beautiful, is it?
No, it's not the nicest of looking things.
Speaking of nicest looking things, this looks like a doll.
This is the baby, yes, which is a beautiful little thing that's been made, and that's, once again, foam, wadding, and fabric. And so, yeah, but this one magically changes into a pig. So this is a pig. And actually, this side is a puppet as well. So if I can find my way in there. There we go.
Wow, that literally is a face only a mother could love, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that. And here we have a little hedgehog ball.
Hedgehog, yes, that goes with the flamingo. So, yes.
And the croquet match.
Yep.
This is fascinating.
So that's...
Look at the detail.
That's made out of... It's carved out of clay, modelled out of clay, and then expanded foam in a mould, and you can produce that, so it's very soft as well.
Yeah, safe. That's what we like. We've got one more thing to cover, which I'm looking forward to. Another cake, but this cake is slightly different.
No, the main thing about this cake is it's got a exercise trampoline in the centre of it. So everything else that you see is just dressing. The main thing is the trampoline.
And you can jump on that?
You can.
Can I jump?
Yes, of course.
Yes! So this is using the tea party, the Mad Hatter's tea party, isn't
is.
it? Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. And it looks great, doesn't it? I mean, you wouldn't know that there was a
Well,
trampoline.
yeah, it's textured on top, it's durable, and yeah, it's the secret of theatre, making something out of nothing and making it look what it can't do, so yeah.
Superb. Listen, we'll just come this way. One last question from me would be, what do you think makes this production so unique?
For us as prop makers, it's that. It's the ability to make those wonderful props. And, you know, it's when we were making it in the props department that every single person up there was making something extremely different and so complex but wonderful. And that's rare to actually have an opportunity of working on a production like that. So it's these.
Gosh, well, it's lovely to hear you speak so passionately about it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
James, thank you. A big round of applause for James Meakin. Thank you. Don't forget, we want to hear from you tonight, so please do send us your tweets, tag us in photos, and use the hashtag ROHAlice. Now, we're going to go back into some live rehearsals now, so please welcome dancers Calvin Richardson and Joseph Sissons. Hello both, thanks very much for joining us. Calvin, tell us a little bit about the Mad Hatter, the role. It's unique in a way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so...
You might have given it away as you walked across.
Yeah, I might have given it away, huh? Yeah. So this is a tap dancing part in Alice, which is very unheard of, I think. And yeah, and I guess the character on top of that is quite an interesting one. A little bit crazy, a bit dark, but playful at the same time, so...
Calvin, would you say it's fair to say that when you were at the Royal Ballet School, you wouldn't have envisaged that you'd be tapping on the Royal Opera House stage as a member of the Royal Ballet?
No, definitely not. Yeah, so I mean, I tapped when I was a kid. That was how I got into dance. I wanted to do musical theatre. So it's really nice to be getting back into this again, really.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Joseph, is this your first time involved in Alice, or have you been involved in this production previously?
When I was a student, there are a few hedges that kind of make the scenery, and I was...
You're a hedge?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I was a hedge.
I'm really sorry if I ran into you. Oh, that's wonderful. So it must be nice to, you know, have that experience and be involved in the production and then progress through and work on a role such as the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, definitely. I remember being the hedge and being like inside that costume and watching the Hatter and just wishing I could do it, and I never envisaged that I'd actually be doing it.
And did you tap as a kid or younger? What tap?
I went to a performing arts school when I was younger, so I did a lot of tap there. And then I went to the Royal Ballet School and completely stopped. So it's been a while, but it's nice to have them back on.
Yeah? Oh, wonderful. Calvin, do you think it would be impossible to do this role having no tap experience? I mean, that's a big ask.
Yeah, I would say that. Usually, I don't know. In my mind, usually you can either tap or you can't. You've got to have that rhythm. But now I say that, that's putting a lot of pressure on me to do it well.
We are about to see you, aren't we? Yeah. So, listen, we're actually going to get cracking now. So I'm going to pass back to Christopher Wheeldon. No, we're not. We're going to pass back to my boss, Christopher Saunders, who'll be rehearsing the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And again, we'll have Paul Stobart on piano. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Okay, so this will be unusual to have two hatters tapping. This is better than when I was teaching this in Australia a couple of months ago, and I walked into the room and I had 8 hatters. They could all tap, and at one point I couldn't get them to stop because they couldn't hear me say, stop! So at least I'll just go like that. Yeah. So we're going to go from the top, and I'll just stop when I see. I'm not going to do one by one. Let's have 2 together. So it's a big diagonal stage you're going to be on. Okay, so we go from the top, please, Paul. And okay, stop. Actually, it's quite good standing at the side here. We're going to do it once more. Okay, I'm the back wall of the theatre. So don't change a thing. Start again. Let's be diagonal. Here we go, and. Okay, good. I just want to explain why I did that. I'm not just losing it, and it's the end of the day. When I watched them rehearse it, then, as they were doing the pullbacks, they were travelling back. Well, then you would hear, because they'd fall off the back. Yeah? Because it's only a little portable stage they put up there. So you've got to do that whole. You can step forward for the first thing. Once you step out, that's where you've got to go to. So when you pose behind on your little stage, whatever your pose is, you step out, then you're where you are. This doesn't travel. Yep, or to that. This comes forward, and then that goes back. Okay? So because I was there, you actually did it right, which was quite good. Okay? I'm not going on stage when you're doing the thing, that's for sure. So Paul, just literally where we stopped. Perfect. So we'll go on there. Ready? And go. Okay, good. Good, guys, when you do this, you've got to go across. I'm making us, step out. You're doing it too small. You've literally got to go Travel, yes. Otherwise, everything we're doing is just in a little narrow corridor. Same place. And 5, 6, 7, and treble. Better. Good. Oh, hang on. Choreography missing. Position. Yeah, it's not about how high the leg is. Turn, rond de jambe, in, on the diagonal. Yes, then you can go ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Same place. Yeah, don't just go straight back. Go right and then left. Yes, because once you cross over here, this is going to go back and across and there. There isn't a step that just goes across and replaces. Across and back and back and back and dump. That's it. Yes. There we go. Once again, please, Paul. And. Yes, better, guys. Go on. Go to the right before the left. Now try turning on straight legs. Straight legs. Yes. Out. Show it. Better. Now get Alice's attention. Slide. Good. Yes. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, let's just stop there. Good. I don't have to correct their taps, because actually the tapping is brilliant. You can hear every beat. You can hear every beat. It's excellent, and that's the main thing. And even if slightly the visual effect is different, because each hatter will have his own sort of look, which you've got to find. What are you doing on this step going back? Don't forget you've got your hat. You'll want to do hat on head and call with both arms. And what are you doing, Mr. Sissons? Hat on head and just one arm. Okay. Now you've got to be a bit forceful. Alice is at the bottom. You've got to try and get her attention from the dormouse and the March hare. Yeah, and they're up to all sorts of mischief with teapots and alarms going off and all that jazz. So she's at the foot of the stage. So you've literally, if you were speaking, you've got to, got to get her attention. Come on, up here. Yes? So watch you're not going you, because she's not there, because you're up this far off the ground. She's there. And you've got to say, come this way. And when you come this way, because you've done this at the beginning with the fingers, keep that theme going. Don't just go, or... Yeah, it gives it a little bit of a, not sinister look, but it's some sort of mystery behind it. Yeah, it adds to your character rather than just, yeah. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 heres. Here. Have you got that step going back?
That's the calling step.
The calling step, yes. 8 in, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and. Better, good. Okay, good. Okay, pretty good. So we can cut this little bit, because this is Alice going on the stage. Do you have the jump off, where he jumps off on 5? Let's do the jump off, because then we can pick up your diddle-dum step. Yeah, we've got that step. And then we've got the pullbacks and the, yeah, okay. So if we just do right on jump off, the 8 of the jump, here we go. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is pouring tea into the hat, going around the dormouse, putting the hat on the dormouse, spinning her around and pushing him to the front. And jump. Good. Sand dance. Good. Keep low. Now, and 1, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stop. Creep. Creep. Duck underneath. Good. Yes. Good. Ba, ba, ba. Wait. Jump. Ba, ba, dum. Ba, ba, dum. Ba, ba, dum. Ba, ba, dum. And a back. Good. Hold. And mad. Okay. Yeah, we won't do this bit because it makes no sense without the others. Yeah, good. Very good. Very good. So we can now cut a little bit. We should go to where they push the teapot down stage. You got that, Paul? Brilliant. So you're going to do your step going across the front, the pullback step. Yeah. I'm going to come over this side so I can see facials. Here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and. Good. Tango up. Okay, good, good, good. I meant to say this earlier on today, or was it yesterday? When you do the tango tap up, come up on a straight leg. Because if you go tango down, it could be me. It could be old Hatter. Yeah? So down, 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 up, down, down. Don't stay up for the walks. Go down, because you've got to travel. And then you're not going to travel this one, because he's going across. And then you're going to travel, travel. Don't travel so much, travel. Yes, but up. That's it. And that is a turned-in passé. It's not a sort of moment. Okay, that was good. Excellent. At the moment, because Calvin had a rehearsal with a hat, I notice he's doing a lot more keep it on my head. At the moment, you're going, yeah, and it's all out there, but that hat could well fall. So we need to get the hat in a rehearsal so that you can have moments where you might need to hold on to it. Okay, so what I should do...
With the march hair.
Yes.
I wasn't doing that.
To the march hare? No, you don't have to say come...
I was kind of doing a jazz hand, but I didn't.
That's fine. That's okay. I mean, come here's not set. The main come here is with Alice. This one with the march hare going... I mean, he's doing his wavy stuff and... It's just playful between the two of you. It's just crazy. It's not... Nothing really will make sense. So between the two of you, I mean, it's just crazy going across. So don't worry about it. We should do the sand dance before your turning step coming forward. So you know where that is? Perfect, Paul. Give us a whole 8 in, just so that they can find out. Yeah. Now, sand dance, you've got to stay down in this plie, just like you tried to do the tango. They don't like to, because this hurts the thighs when you stay down here. It's not what they want. So they go up and cheat. No cheats. Here we go. 8 in, and... 1, 2, 3, 4. Rond. Show the rond. Back, 2, 3, 4. Round. Good. Good. Go on. And again. Travel. Good travel. Good job. Oh, that was very good. Yeah, we needed 1 more 8 than that. That's all right. Not to worry. I'm not going to make you do it again. Your round. Your rond de jambe, or it's like a quarter of a rond, is too... It needs to go there. That's it. You've really got to get the hips above your supporting leg. That's it. Yes. Yes. Because then it has a quirky... Chris does this a lot. You know, I mean, I know you're not in point shoes or ballet shoes, but he does a lot the turned-in position going through. Alice even does it. So if it is turned in, really show that that's the position. If it's somewhere in between, you lose it and you just think, have these had a long day and they're just baggy-legged, or are we meant to be going? Yep. Good, guys. Very good. One last piece I'm going to do, the look of horror on their eyes. It's in the trial. I'm going to cut now to Act 3. In the trial, they have one little moment where they come out. It's quick. There's a lot of beats to put in and cover a lot of space. It's very short. See, they're going over it because the thought of it, fear has gone into them. They've also got to work with a prop. They've got to get a tart off the tray. So they've got to travel all the way down. They'll make their entrance. They'll realize they're miles away. They'll have to do the next step, traveling a load upstage. They've then got to get the tart, put it in their mouth, come back to center. That gets taken out. Then they've got to do the turn step they've just done, putting the hat on their foot, all within a space of like 20 seconds. So, should we have a go? Paul, let's just hear what you're going to give us.
I know exactly where this starts, so do you want...
Give us something in then.
Okay, 1 8 in.
1 8 in, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and go. So guys, 1 8, 1 8, that's 1 to 8. Here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hat on. Hat off. Good. Yes! And go! Okay, good. Very good. The beats are excellent. Try as you're coming down to be. Put that hat on your flex foot. Yes. Just hover. That's it. The last time, Kevin, don't go round because you're. Whoa. I mean, it worked, but that's asking a lot to jump forward. And try and just go forward a little bit more. Jump. Forward. Yes. Very good. Very, very good. The whole point with coming out and going and being tapped on the head is you've got to be quiet. Hat off and be quiet. So you've really got to make no noise. Just try the beginning, no noise, because we were a little bit like, here I come.
So I can start off a bit like that.
Start. You've got to go. You come off thinking, yes, I'll tell you, because you've got to give your evidence. Yeah. Not that you know what that is. I mean, it's nothing. It's like, ah. So just once again, and 4, 5, 6, and go. Hey, hat. Now a bit more, because you go crazy. Yes. Okay. That's it. Because it's got to build. Thank you, Paul. So by the time you get round there to the court, you can't. Once those feet go, you can't stop, and you get round there, and you just love it. It's that. Yeah, it just builds up, but it's got to go from nothing to that. Whereas if you start there, it's hard to build beyond, especially at tempo. Well, I'm not going to push these dancers anymore. I think they tap brilliantly. Come and see them. Very good. Thank you, Paul.
Well, wasn't that magnificent? I can tell you, that is really tricky stuff, and they've just done that magnificently. Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for this evening, but we have enjoyed bringing this to you, and we've enjoyed hearing where you all are watching this from. We've got people watching in Greece, USA, Holland, Portugal, Russia, South Korea, Mexico, Italy, Brazil, Oman, Croatia, India, and more. Magnificent. We've also had some wonderful comments. Olga says, watching from Greece and loving it. Summer says, so amazing to watch the rehearsal process. Even the mess-ups are beautiful. Thank you, Summer. Bob, loving watching the rehearsal from Sydney. And Linda Harrison says, the Mad Hatter is my favourite character in the ballet. Mine too, Linda. Don't forget, you can see the Royal Ballet perform Alice's Adventures in Wonderland here at the Royal Opera House from the 27th of September. And we'll be broadcasting live into cinemas all over the world on the 23rd of October. Visit the Royal Opera House website for more details. Now, please join me thanking Christopher Saunders, Beatrice Stix-Brunel, James Hay, James Meakin, Joseph Sissons, Calvin Richardson, and Paul Stobart for being here this evening. And a big thank you to all of our audience here for joining us this evening. And of course, a big thank you to you for joining us on YouTube and watching us from literally all over the world. Thank you and good night.